That's just the thing, like a lot of times, I make poems, it's like it's so many trying to link me to things that really have nothing to do with me. Like there's no link between it. And then wonder why I'm so angry. People say you angry, so angry. No, I'm not angry. I'm zealous. I'm vehement. You know, but constantly trying to set me up, constantly trying to trap me up for reasons and in order to have some kind of foothold on, satanic foothold on. It's perpetual. It's constant. Therefore, I constantly got to keep going in and going hard and staying passionate with what I love. I don't fear no evil, and I'm gonna make it known. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what falls. I bring everything down. You know what I'm saying? Cause my joy, my peace, my happiness, and my peace of mind depends on it. I'm under a constant attack. Whether you see what's going on or not, I'm still under attack. And the only thing you will see is when something happened to me, because that's the way it's designed. I'm not gonna sit back and just wait until that happens for some action to be taken. No, I'm talking about this stuff and I'm bringing everything to the front now. You know, it's a constant strategy. It's constantly trying to get me and link me to things that have nothing to do with me. Jezebel spirits or people that I don't even, stuff I don't even think about. People be on the low, working and distorting and twisting all my stuff to be about other people that I'm not even talking about or I'm not even thinking about. I don't even freaking know. I don't talk to or none of that, just for some kind of reason to have some kind of foothold. And then it'd be a lot of unethical things going on, as far as to try to frame me and continuously trying to frame me. Been trying to frame me for the past couple of years, powerful entities, and the world need to know. They wonder why I'm so vehement and so passionate about what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit back and just be attacked and allow people to keep framing me. Been trying to frame me for the longest. I'm not gonna sit back and relax and let it happen. That's a lie from the pits of hell. My stuff ain't even about what people try to make it about or who people try to make it about. Just frame it. The whole act of even trying to is illegal. It's in blatant violation of everything, and it's been perpetual. It's terrorism. I don't want nothing to do with such individuals, such souls, ever. They got me twisted. I ain't even the kind of person they try to portray me as. It ain't no love. Feel me? No love lost. In that sense, I got a godly love for everybody, even enemies. But are you kidding me? Got me so twisted and misrepresented out here in the world. It's ridiculous, man. Got me so distorted, like everything about me. And it's Satan. That's all it is. Everything that's against me is a Satan. Everyone is against me is a Satan. I know I live and conduct myself in the righteous way. And Lord knows I ain't perfect. But Lord knows I am not things these demons call me. And I never will answer to any of it. And then you wonder why I go so hard in what I do in my passion, my art. I got no choice. I got no choice. People continuously trying to frame me and, surveil me, espionage and stalk me and things, trying to find something on me that confirm. It's a confirmation bias, trying to confirm this falsehood that's against me, trying to find some kind of way to undermine me and create a satanic foothold in them. And then destroy me for speaking the truth. It's like it's stupid. Like you trying to kill somebody else for something that you did, something you created, and trying to put a storm on me. Like I created the storm. I didn't create the storm. Lies did, slander did, falsehood did. It's hate crimes. Whatever the Bible say, that's what I live my life by. Whatever the words say, that's what I'm conducting by. Even before I got saved, I still wasn't that kind of person. say. I ain't got nothing to say. I don't want to say nothing. All I want is my rights enforced. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. You know, I just want my safety and my protection of person and things like that. I mean, that's all I want. You know, privacy and all of that. You know, so I ain't got nothing to say. You know, it ain't nothing to talk about. Because I mean, it's so much hell. You know, and unnecessary persecution that I've faced and continuously face. You know, at the hands of demonic terroristic people. You know, whatever they call themselves. You know. And by that I mean, you know, it don't matter, man. It really don't matter. I mean, it's what it is, man. It stems from individual. We all have individual action. We have choices and decisions, you know, to make. You know, active. We not robots. You know, we're conscious reasoning. You know. And then people try to find confirmation to fit the things that they try to slander and destroy me with. My legacy and everything. It's straight satanic. You know, anybody that promotes the gospel and the things of God should be on the same side, you know. For one, you know, that's just one thing, you know. You got people making these threats, you know. I don't care, you know. I don't care, man. I don't care, man. When you're righteous, you say the righteous, you know, the wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous is bold as a lion. When you're righteous, you're bold because you know you got a clear conscience and you know what you said is it true and is it justice. You know what I'm saying? I speak in the light. That's what I am. Of the light, you know, of God. Never saying something that I know ain't right. Promoting something that ain't right. Never. You best believe I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I done had enough. I'm up to the top, you know. I don't care. We're constantly trying to, you know, frame me into something that I'm not even like that. And I've never been like that. It's like me mentioning distortion and smear campaigns that I was indeed terrorized by, you know, for years, like for no reason. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, that means nothing. Like it's as if I haven't said anything, but the terrorism continues. It goes under the radar. No. And just think I had none of these problems, you know. And they got secret junk going on like that. You know, thinking I don't know, I'm a prophet, man. God ain't gonna leave me blind to nothing. Man, people seeing plenty of proof and everything, but it's just stupid to reject, you know, like they don't want to see God where he's evident at, you know. I ain't even that kind of person that deserve that kind of stuff. It's like they try to isolate you in order so you won't have no support system. It's racketeering, you know, to be able to create something that only they could, you know, be there or you know, console. And I'm saying that's like for anybody that's involved in like distortion campaign and stuff. They wonder why I'm mentioning junk, you know, because it keep happening. Feel me? It's a steady thing. I don't want to. I mean, I would rather not have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I would rather not even have to speak on this. But I'm not gonna allow, you know, some demonic, you know, or wicked things to you know what I'm saying, try to take away my happiness, peace, joy, freedom, you know, and just, you know, I mean, for what? I ain't even got that kind of mind or heart to even be anything remotely similar to the way these demonic things try to misrepresent me as. I'm not even that kind of person. I ain't never been that kind of person. I ain't got nothing to say. There ain't nothing to say. All I want is my rights enforced. You know, in that when it comes to like, and that ain't implying making any implications, you know, as far as, you know, like I said, I just follow the breadcrumbs. All these years, that's all I've been doing, following the breadcrumbs. And then where the breadcrumbs lead, you know, man, that's just where they lead, you know. You know what I mean? And that's all I ever do is follow the breadcrumbs. When I first started this, figure out what distortion and smear was, that was me following the breadcrumbs. I got enough problems on my hand. You know what I'm saying? Just existing, just trying to exist and be a righteous man in a wicked world. In an evil world. And that's the only information I have for it. It has to be. I didn't do anything like, to deserve such treatment other than, as a result of slander. People know the attributes and the qualities and the things, the nature of these things that I've spoken on, the campaigns, the money distortion campaigns and stuff like that, they know how, anybody with a mind, they did research and stuff on it, upon my mentioning of it. And then it spread out, it's not just no theory, it's real life, and it's actually, I actually been a victim of that, And everything that's being done is an aspect of that. Everything being done against me, and people see and know that it's against me, it's an aspect of those campaigns, So therefore, there's nothing but truth in the atmosphere regarding this, then there should be no reason as to why it still continues, or, it's perpetuated, or it's even anything, it's like it's a concerted effort to frame somebody, and it's happening now. It's to frame me as something I'm not even like that, I done been lied to by many. I done been lied on, People try to distort that and make it and switch it and flip it into something that ain't, I done been there many times. I done been set up. That's what's going on, an attempt to set me up. People treat me like an animal, and I ain't even, attacking me for junk that people made up, you feel me? And then the people that make it up, they get off scot-free, you feel me? They ain't got, they just go off into the sunset, they protected by their financial status or something. They can do people and treat people how they want to, I was just one of those people that was successful, and then I was adamant regarding, in my passion and pursuits. And then when I learned and got closer to God, then he sharpened my sight where I could be fine-tuned. I could do more for him. God revealed this stuff to me, it's supernatural, As with everything else God had revealed to me. And it's always been right. Consistently, that's proof. A false prophet, you know what I'm saying? They ain't like, you go, like anybody can, if a clock broke, then anybody can be right about the time, twice a day, But I mean, when it comes to me, in this contribution here, God been all in through it, all of it through it, as a platform for many to see, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I was this horrible, person that people try to attack, demonize me to be, then I would feel as though I deserve to have, the punishment and stuff. I'm that kind of person. Like, if I do something wrong, then, I'm not finna deny it. You know what I'm saying? And then people want me so bad to embrace something of, of things that's not me. It's like, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say or do? I mean, it's not true. It ain't me. Like, that's folly, man. Then wonder why I am the way I am. If I'm edgy, that's the way people want me to be. That's the way some misrepresent me as. I'm not edgy, I'm not the kind of person that stirs up confusion. I'm not a troublemaker, honestly. So I'm more of a withdrawn, quiet type person. I like to handle my business, mind my business, and try to, just live life, just live life, not mess with nobody. That's how I live, I won't be always on the scene, trying to cause and stir up junk. I ain't even that kind of person. All this stuff imposed on me. And then wonder why, I am as, vehement as I am. Because, it's, like I said before, it's like, if there's no end to it, I got to create that end. I ain't got much to say, man, because there's so many that was involved in the jump, man. I don't know who to trust. Feel me? People, so many believe, ain't no telling what people been told. What people been told, and then they believe it. Because people that tell them that, they find confirmation biases and then distort and pervert my stuff just like Satan do God. It's because right there in plain sight, everything. I see it clear like crystalline, like clear as a mirror, clear as some translucent stones, trying to write me off as something that I ain't, man. It ain't, man. That ain't people terrorize you, bro. Think it's good. It ain't gonna, man. Please, man. Only thing I want is my rights enforced. Because before, when all of this was happening, I had no knowledge that I have now. Because I didn't have a reason to have that knowledge. I felt as though I lived the same pretty much. My mama did a great job raising me. Grandparents. I mean, you know what I'm saying. They people along the way led me in a direction, spiritually that I needed to go. My elders, throughout and things like that. And then I didn't appreciate that until I got older. Then I realized that, okay, it's a blessing to have, some wisdom or guidance, at your disposal. And that's how I would want to raise my kids. I would want my kids to know the Lord, and I would want my children one day to be, to know the right paths to go in this life, that's gonna equal to them then being fulfilled inside. So when they get older, then they can keep the cycle going. Things that's gonna produce good fruit and positive fruit to the earth in a way. Things that's gonna help people and help, like help prosper and flourish like foliage. All the paths of righteousness. Even though it get hard and things, but still stay on that path, that straight and narrow path. That's what I live to embody. I live that to embody. I embody that, I want to. I desire to. And I want to spread that. And that's all I do. And then people see me speaking on this persecution and stuff I went through. I mean, of course, these things not gonna be in the Bible verbatim. That's common sense. But I mean, he say we do works even greater than his. It's a lot of things that happen, that's not in the word, but that's of God. It's things God revealed to us through the Holy Spirit to teach us of more things. It aligns to the Bible and the words, because God never contradicts himself. Only human distortion, and the finite mind of a human being, is subject to misconstruing information and things. But God himself never contradicts himself, and his spirit is always consistent with his scripture. And what his spirit tells us is that's what it aligns to the scripture. The Psalms are full of persecutions David went through it. The songs, and just things, and all of that, what I mean? It's lamentation, It's lamentation. It's a part of the spiritual journey, spiritual warfare. It's not some alien ideal concept, A lot of people don't like me, man. And most of the people that don't like me, they don't have no reason to not like me. I don't do nothing to nobody. I try to get through. The only thing that that I feel like creates people not liking me is my expression of the truth and illumination. I'm not sitting back and allowing people to destroy me unjustly, with things I don't deserve. A form of destruction with such powerful, things, malice and stuff get continuously stirred up. They don't understand how long I've been fighting. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I'm sick of fighting the same junk, and it ain't my fault. So I've been fighting this same junk because it's the same things. If anything or anybody needs to be stopped, it will be whoever's spreading their lies, like whoever's sparking the fires that I have to keep extinguishing, and the fires don't just affect me, it affects many. It affects many because I know God put me in the earth as a light. If people see my light as being darkness, then they got the wrong distorted perception. So that's all they see when they see me instead of seeing the light or the gospel that I'm promoting. And then they question the credibility or the viability of my gospel or my words or my expression of what I'm saying, because they're not listening to that because they so caught on believing, the foolishness and the word curse that was produced by this person. So he say they know not what they do because everything they do have a compounded effect, and they continuously keep trying to destroy me, but really they're killing themselves. And that's the persecutors. It's persecutors that continue to do these same things. And this stuff and this distortion, and just like what I mentioned with the confirmation bias earlier, I don't even think about the kind of stuff that people be. I don't even think about that kind of stuff that I'm falsely accused of, and all of this stuff. That don't even be on my mind, that kind of thing, because it's so far away from who I am and my character that it's ridiculous or it's ludicrous for me to even consider that such a concept. What? The only room it has in my mind is the fact of the false accusation. Yo, ridiculous, man. Ridiculous, man. I don't mess with nobody. Then, I got fans and supporters, things they used to me writing a certain way, and they used to my art being a certain way. But, God bless them, and I love him. I love y'all to death. God bless y'all. Bless your families. Bless all of that. All my fans and supporters. But, I just hope you can understand that, as I progressed and develop as an artist, I had some pretty serious, resistance, I'll say, in opposition to that, due to, the talent it's dangerous, it's dangerous being talented for God, and that's my story is proof of it, people find stuff, come out the woodwork, digging up things, it's in the Proverbs, the wicked is on the tongue like fire, violence and things all scuffed up, all dug up, and then distorted and twisted to have some kind of cause and to justify destroying you. And the real reason to destroy you because of the holiness that you have. The real reason to destroy you is because you love God. The real reason to destroy you because you have talent and you can influence and you can be a light in the lives of so many other people. Satan don't want that, so he twisted and distorted some people's mind into thinking that it's right and it's justified in destroying you. What they're doing is doing Satan's work, trying to destroy God's vessels, regardless of what side of the fence they claim they on. That's the truth, the unadulterated truth, and that's the only truth that I can bring. The gospel, trying to bring it straight. No watered down junk. That's how I talk. That's how I am. So sick of the junk, because it's been going on for years. And then in different forms, it's been just a recurring thing. In different forms, in different, just foolishness. Most get pushed up. They get pushed into persecuting, the righteous. They get pushed into persecuting me. I know many. God shows me these things like a television, like it's fluid, it's easy, to understand for me. And so since that's the case, then I want to express and help others understand, But my main goal is always going to be Christ, to lead or point anybody towards the Most High. Because that's the main thing, it's the love of Christ compels me. It's always going to be done in love, and things, because hopefully even persecutors or enemies, they see the error, in their ways, and then they turn to God himself, not to Dexsta. I'm powerless without God. I'm not leading people to myself. I'm not magnifying myself. I want to magnify the Lord. Lead people to him because he's all powerful. He can do all things. So my trust and faith is in him. I believe every word the Lord has said to me. I love the Lord. And you know why I say self-condemnation is a trap. It's a snare. And I see why. And I see that, I see that clearly. You don't condemn yourself. Because that right there, that creates a door for Satan to rush in with his distortion and spirit. So you can't even, you can't do it. You can't condemn yourself in the presence of anyone. You talk to God. You keep, you talk to God. And me as a person, I don't even have nothing to hide. My faults, I can openly express with anybody. And I already have, There's nothing that I can call to mind that, that I have not already, like illuminated, And then, and another thing, like even now in this present day and time, I'm not creating more thorns and thistles for myself because I've already learned from mistakes of the little that I already had in the past. So now, to this day, you won't never catch me doing anything. I don't do nothing, but live righteously. And in the past, it wasn't even nothing to get bent out of shape about. I mean, like I said before earlier in this recording, anything that was ever done in the past had no relation whatsoever to anything that false accusers accusing me of today or now in this age. And that's true. I bring everything down. You know what I'm saying? I will bring everything down at the expense of because my everything depends on it for me. I'm not finna live in no bubble of falsehood. I'm not finna live in false humility or false fear. Because of something somebody else created or stirred up or conspired against me. I'm constantly being terrorized. I want the world to know. I'm constantly being terrorized. I'm finna like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and start pushing this junk. Now I got to, because it needs to reach the four corners. Because people need to know what I deal with, what I live with. I'm getting sick of it. And it's about things more powerful than me. Whether it's a group or collective, civilians or what. Either way, it's the extortion and smear campaign. Distortion campaign perpetuated. The source of it, over the source be weeded out and dealt with appropriately. That's God's business. What my business is to use my testimony as power unto the next, and I will continue to do so regardless of any circumstances. That the more the persecution or whatever dismeasure of it continue, then the more inclined and more intense my delivery and speak against it, and opposition to it will become. It's not like it increases. Then I'm intimidated and I shriek back. Nah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explode more. I'm gonna come more into it. The more it pushes, the more I'm gonna push back. The harder I'm gonna push back. The more serious I'm gonna get until we get to the point where it's gonna ultimately end up being something that it's something that can't be ignored. And if that happens, that's only because of the actions of the distortion and smear that continue. Like it is not stopping while ahead. Can have some pretty serious consequences. And I can embody that through Christ. Through the Spirit. Otherwise, I'd rather just like I say, go my way. And, have nobody just live my life. But I mean, even that's not sufficient enough. That's why I say I live my life for God, because God rewards those that's righteous. God does it, spiritually. And it's not always about money. Like it's not always monetarily how God, compensates, for the things you've been through. And honestly, I'm thankful with just the presence of God. The presence of God is my reward, because many don't even know or understand, and I can't make them understand, but God is like right there, God is like right here. And it's so amazing to me, because some will never understand, even if I can express it, but then some, they have their own biases and things. So it'd be difficult to get somebody else to see through my eyes, because they don't have my sight, they don't have my insight and visions and stuff. So I'll be wanting to try to tell people, because that's going to help them in their own relationship with God. So then when they get their own relationship with God, then they can make it, they can make it through the gates. It's a huge satanic concerted effort, against me. I had a lot of experiences even recently, and it's a constant thing, and it's unraveling and unfolding as it continues, and I'm gonna be right there up on it too, I have no problems with it, I have no problems, no fears, or none of that, It's as sure as it persists, because I don't deserve any of it, and I'm not finna act and pretend and act like, it's all good, or act like I deserve it. Nah, I didn't do nothing, so, I'm gonna do something now, though. You know what I'm saying? Be honest, my name shouldn't be nowhere in the equation of none of this. None of this. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have nothing on me, you feel me, or no reason to constantly, no solid, you know what I'm saying, reason to constantly, attack me, like my life shouldn't be terrorized, in any way. And that's to like, if whether it's a band of civilians or what, because that's an aspect of all distortion campaigns, And then it's a ringleader that stir up all the junk, or more than one ringleader, multiple. Then it has to be funded, some kind of way, I'm going to expose, because they're attacking an innocent person. And I'm not going to sit back, and just let it happen. So a lot of people not go like me. And then the more it continues, the worse people go hate me. Because it's of Satan, The things of Satan hates me. And that's fine, I hate Satan too. Lord Jesus. Praise the Lord, the Most High. Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I'm under attack, but my faith is in God, so I'm at peace, and I got joy, regardless of any circumstance. Because now, hopefully it's understood, and a better understanding has been given as to why I embrace what I embrace to this magnitude. Like I was saying earlier, I have fans and stuff. That they've been with me for years. It's fans that was with me since I started writing, but now they see a change in my material and subject matter and my intensity and stuff. Well, then hopefully this, things like this show them as to why that is. Because then it's a reason for everything. God see why you do stuff, but the world just see what you do. God sees your motives and your heart, and the world just see what it wants to see. And so that's why I be at peace no matter what I do or say, because I know it's all in alignment. And so you can expect even more stuff out of me, because that's how I roll. I don't shrink back, If I feel pressure, then I'm coming to it, I'm running to it full speed, That's how I work. Because I especially something like this is just so outrageous. It's ridiculous. I should not have to live or go through any of this stuff, At all. Thank God for the little wisdom I got. Made no sense, man. The audacity. Twist up all my stuff, all my words. Twist up everything. Like, turn me into some kind of animal or monster that I ain't even remotely close to. There ain't even nothing like that, But we gon' fight. Believe me, we enemies. We definitely enemies. I promise you, we enemies. We are enemies. You done ruined my life. We enemies. Every word of it. But I leave that in God's hand though at the same time though, because God can turn anything around. I've seen it with my own eyes. But I just want you to know, it's mutual. I don't want to think it's like one side of them. So, no, I ain't cowardly. I'm not cowardly. If that's the kind of war, it's gonna be then. That's the kind of war it is. I don't have no problem with that. I have no problem with confrontation. I don't. I just know the appropriate way to fight, and that's the way that I embrace what God's been told, what God has told me. How God has shown me, and that's what I go about. How I go about. Denying me my blessings, undermining my opportunities. Ooh. making me miss out on a lot because of lies and all of this kind of stuff. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a prophet, and it's not just no label or no role to play. It's literally a thing, a living thing. Like, it's human, but it's not human. And there's a way that I can check myself, even publicly, but it won't be understood by anybody without discernment. It's like, see, the Spirit of God is a living thing, a living, breathing entity. It's real, it's alive, and right now it's associating all of my words at this moment, and it's within me. And it's inside me. It's inside every believer. It's inside everybody in the light. It's inside everybody with the inner light. Everybody that loves Jesus and confess Him as their Lord and Savior. The Holy Spirit lives in them. They can discern. And that was just the Spirit for me. Like when the Spirit interacts me in different ways, and I can get an instant reaction, an instant result or answer to anything that I need to know. That's unique to what it is in particular that I'm at, like whether on the octave or position in life for the spirit journey or knowledge, whatever God wants me to know at that point in time, then I can instantly get that answer, and I can talk to God, and ask God. I can check myself, I'm like, Lord, is there anything, that I'm not transparent about that I need to come clean about or something? And then He will breathe the Spirit through me. But that didn't happen, So then I asked the Lord, like, Lord, am I good? Am I clean in your sight? And then He answers. Like, Lord, point out any blotch or anything inside me, because God is a righteous God. God is not a demon. I speak to God internally, 24/7. Through telekinesis, or isn't that telepathy? Yeah, telepathy. I'm speaking to God constantly about everything. So I don't speak out loud all the time. Cause I'm just as concerned as anybody. If anybody concerned about me, I'm the same way. Cause cause it's a serious business to me. I take it seriously doing being righteous in the sight of the Lord. That's a serious thing for me. It's real serious in my life. It's catastrophic if I ever slip up or mess up or anything. I take salvation serious to a T. So I didn't do nothing that's outside the ark of God, because I'm smarter than that. I know what that does. That opens doors. I'm not finna open certain doors, because that's gonna be catastrophic for the spiritual life. I know. I've seen it happen for other people. I learned from the mistakes of others, and then I learned from my own mistakes. Smarter than that. All I care about, all I want is my rights enforced, and that's all. I don't want to talk. Nobody I ain't got nothing to do, with none of that. It ain't nothing I want to say. Feel me? It ain't nothing to say. My life already was made in shambles by at the hands of demonic persecutors and stuff. And then, someone gaslighting just all out, everything. You can't, it ain't no way you can fix that, I mean, I tried to warn against it. It didn't work. It didn't help. Man, terrorism, man, every form of it. Everybody educate themselves on the distortion junk, but I'm telling you, that junk is real. God ain't been by contrary to belief. I know 100% in me that God is behind everything that I'm saying, or saying. You know, anybody that contradict that don't have the spirit inside them. And I can tell, you know, you can tell anybody got discernment, you know. I don't take it kindly, you know, at all, because I know God. And then that's calling God a liar, calling me a liar, or saying that what I'm saying is not of God or something. That's calling God a liar. That's attacking God. Not only me, that's persecuting him. And I got a problem with that in itself. So it's like, it's a compounded thing, you know. It's a lot going on. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. What's done is done. Y'all ridiculous, bro. I keep reiterating the same stuff for years. Like, before it ain't understood. Like, are you kidding me? I've been talking about this jump when it was unfolded, just so when it got to this point, it'll already be resolved. How is it still happening? How is it still perpetuating right now? That's the point of me. See, I'm telling you, man. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. I don't live for me. I live for the Lord.